Hello, good morning, class. Once again, I welcome you all to the online teaching class of Human Resource Management. Here we are in last lecture, we have started about managing HR in virtual organization, and we have seen the concept and meaning of virtual organization. So today also we are going to revise what we have learned yesterday, and we are going to see the further portion of our topic. So here, once again, we are going to revise some information relating to virtual organization. Can you recall it? What is the meaning of virtual organization? It is nothing but an organization which exists mostly on internet without any physical location. Okay, the organization which exists mostly on internet without any physical location. For example, we are having our college. It is a the college is having a physical location. There are walls beside us. Okay, there are offices. People are working over there in the offices. They know that they have to work from 9 to 5. Everybody do the same thing, but in virtual organization people are working as per their ease, as per their convenience. They only have to complete one assignment and they jump up towards the another assignment. This is the meaning of virtual organization. Mostly we have seen that in western countries most of the work are assigned or outsourced to the eastern countries. Means India, we get most of the work from the USA. If they are assigning, they are outsourcing their work to us, and we are doing that work. After completion of that work, we are sending back to them. All these things are happening with the help of computer or internet. So, a virtual organization is one whose employees are spread geographically and communicate via phone, email, and internet. That's what I have told just now. That a virtual organization is one whose employees are spread geographically. Means from all over the globe, we can hire the employees to do a task, to complete a task. We can say that we can hire the experts from all over the globe. Okay, whatever work is there, we can put down their work on internet and can see, look around that whoever is eligible to perform that work, we can hire that person. So these kind of activities are taking place in this modern era. And we all know that we can work from home. There are so many freelancers. They are working from home. Yesterday we have seen some examples of Amazon, Flipkart. They are web-based virtual organization. Web-based virtual organization. Mostly software companies are involved in these virtual organizations. They are preparing the software. They are preparing different kinds of applications. And after preparing that applications, after their work is over, these organizations get dissolved. So here, in virtual organization, the members create flexible linkages among themselves in order to attain common objectives. This is what I wanted to tell you all about is that here they wanted to attain the common objectives, and the teams are dissolved on the completion of objectives only to reappear in new combination for other tasks. Okay, we are not bound to a particular organization. Okay, after completion of that task we can move towards the other organization to do some other job. Okay, for finding some new task. So this is what we have seen about the virtual organization. Now we are moving towards the definition of virtual organization. So what is the definition of virtual organization? So by Jenny L. Elliott, he defines that a virtual company is where work is performed outside of the definition of place. There is no factory floor, no stores, no retail store, no conference room, no cubicle farm. Virtual work is primarily the manufacture, retail, and distribution of intellectual property. Any person, those who is acquiring any kind of intellectual property, or we can say that the person who is having different kinds of talents, and with the help of that talents, they are trying to do some task. Means they are trying to sell their talents to other person. This is what means if some person is preparing one application for a software company, what he is doing? He's just selling his talent, the skill which he has. He physically don't go to the company. Only the thing is that by sitting at his home or anywhere, wherever he feels comfortable, he can perform his work. So that's why in the definition it is given that there is no factory floor. As in ordinary organizations, we have seen when we go through the MIDCs or wherever the uh, big industries are there. So we have seen that factories are there, workers are working there, employees are working there. But here, in the case of virtual organization, there are no factory floor, no retail store, no conference rooms also, no cubicle farms are also available. The virtual work is primarily the manufacture, retail, and distribution of what they are manufacturing, what they are retailing, what goods they are distributing. It is intellectual property. So we are moving towards the second definition. What does it say? It is by J. Coyle and N. Schnarr. A virtual corporation is a temporary network of companies that come together quickly to exploit fast changing opportunities. For example, the making of films. Okay, as we all know, just now the previous definition was saying that there is no factory floor, no retail store, no conference room, this and that. The second definition is saying that it is a temporary network of companies. Means what? Three or four companies are coming together, they are sharing their technical knowledge, how they are sharing their intellectuals, they are sharing their talents, skills of their employees, their potentials, they are bringing all these things together, and after completion of their task they get dissolved. This is what the second definition says about it. Exploit the fast changing opportunities. Look, we are staying in a particular state, in a particular city. If we want to hire someone from northern part of India or southern part of India, like, is it possible for that person to leave his home, everything, and come to us and work for us? What if that person can work from his home only, from his native place only, from his town only? This is what the concept of virtual organization is. The person in today's era, those who are acquiring this kind of knowledge, they can easily they can easily get jobs, they can easily realize that talents. Okay. So moving forward, how it works. So this is a picture which shows us about virtual organization, how it is working. Okay. So here distributors are there. Let me show you by the highlighter. So here distributors are there, suppliers are there, information technology, end user. Okay. The circle which we are seeing over here, the distributors and suppliers, they are connected with the information technology. The distributors don't move from here to the supplier don't move from here to the distributor. All the work undertaken with the help of information technology in today's world. So this is what we are doing in virtual organization. Okay. So now let's move towards the characteristics of virtual organization. Okay. The very first point which we are going to see is virtual organization is made up of a temporary network of companies or teams bound by common tasks. What it is? It is made up of temporary network of companies or teams bound by common tasks. This is what we have seen in the introductory part and in the definitions. Okay, this is the temporary network and nothing else about. Second point is virtual organization like traditional ones have specific goals which are usually time bound. Just in second definition, we have seen that there is an example of filmmaking companies. Okay, after the production, after the making of film is completed, after the film has been made, then they organization which is formed virtually it gets dissolved. So it is a time bound, usually a time bound organization. Third one is a virtual organization emphasizes a flatter hierarchy and voluntary commitment from members. It is a voluntary commitment. Okay, if I am taking any kind of work to perform virtually, okay, to perform with the help of internet or any other ICT media, then I am bound to do that work because for completion of that work, I am getting something in return. Okay, that is a consideration for the completion of that work. Next point is fourth characteristic is the organizational structure of a virtual organization is typically short-lived, fluid, and flexible. Yes, it is right. Just now we have discussed about it. In his last lecture also we have seen about it. That it is typically short-lived, fluid, and flexible. Short-lived means what? In second characteristic we have seen that time bound. That is short-lived. After a short span of time, it get dissolved. Fluid means it can be easily available, and flexible means you don't have to work from 9 to 5. You can work as per your convenience anytime in a day. Okay. Next one is virtual corporations are normally customer driven organizations with the presence of highly skilled people working in a collaborative environment. This is the point. Virtual corporations are normally customer driven. One virtual organization we are talking about, that is Amazon. It is web based virtual organization. Okay, for providing better services to the customers. In our notes also, these things have been discussed. That for providing the better services to the customers, better products to the customers, the virtual organization hires the experts from all over the globe so that the quality of product will be enhanced. Okay, the quality of product will be improved. So we can say that virtual corporations are normally customer driven organizations with the presence of highly skilled people working in collaborative environment. Okay, I hope you are getting these points. So next one is virtual organization combine talents and capabilities for creating virtual products. Just now we have discussed about the software companies. Yeah, the applications. Okay. Next one is their members are mostly geographically dispersed but interdependent and connected by information and communication technology, ICT tools. Look, due to this COVID-19, we all are stuck up in our homes only, and we find different means to communicate with each other. Okay, without meeting physically. Okay, virtually we are meeting each other. We are talking on video calls. We are having a video conferencing. There through video conferencing, the government is also taking various meetings of the ministers, MLAs, and all. Okay, the colleges, the universities, the VCs, they all are taking meetings through video conferencing only. They are not calling the people to come together at one place and having a chit chat in face to face or having confronting each other. So this is not happening now. Why? Because due to COVID-19, there has been some kind of restrictions on all of us. But it is actually working. It is actually exist in virtual organizations because their members are mostly geographically dispersed. Okay, some people is from North India, South India, or some maybe from out of India. Let's we can say that some people are working from USA. I'm working from India. Some people are working from Germany. So all these people which are geographically dispersed but interdependent and connected by information and communication technology. for doing a common task, for completion of a common task. Just like for making a car, we require different components, let's say tires, the body of car, the engine. Someone is making engine, someone is making tires, someone is making that loose tools. All this when combining at one place, when we are assembling all those things, then we are getting a perfect car in front of us. This is what virtual organization does. But here, people are not coming together. They are only working from their places only, but they are connecting. They are assembling all this work through with the help of ICT. Okay. Next one is the membership is usually dynamic with persons joining when their task begins and leaving when it ends without waiting for the whole project to be completed. It is quite obvious. Whatever task has been assigned to me after completion of that task, I will leave that organization. Okay, I will leave that membership because after completion of that task, I will search for another task which is available on net. So this is the one of the most important we can say sorry, this is the one of the most we can say important and highlighting point in the features that after completion of one task one can leave the membership of that virtual organization and can join the other task. Okay, next point is a virtual organization requires the development of relationship with a wide variety of potential partners, each having specific capabilities that complement the others. That's true. um, quite in meaning itself we have discussed that people from all over the globe having different capabilities, different talents, skills. They are producing, manufacturing, selling their intellectual properties to one another. Okay, so when all these things comes together, it is a complement for each other. Okay, well, highly qualified experts from all over the globe, when they are working on a particular task, that task will be a best one. Okay, the task will be a best one which we are seeking for. So this is what all about the features of virtual organization. Now we are going to see how human resource management works in virtual organization. Okay, as we all know that human resource management, it is a management of humans. Okay, the employees, those who are working within the organization, the HR manager look after all the activities which are performed by them, this and that, we all know about it. But now it is a kind of organization which do not have any physical appearance. It is somewhere in cloud. Okay. Only people are working from their home with the help of ICT. So there are HR manager. They are working for organizing all these things at one place so that there will be ease. There will be one kind of conveniency of working among these employees. There will be a proper coordination among these employees for completing that common task or goal. So here we can see that HRM in view. The HR management in virtual organization is mostly performed through EHRM. E, electronic HR. Yes, because if the human resource is totally dispersed, geographically dispersed. Okay. Someone is staying in UK, someone is staying in US, someone is staying in India. So this kind of human resource if we are having, then we have to use EHR because the HR manager can't meet personally each and every employees now. So we have to go with EHR. So from an HR perspective, virtual teams may be composed of experts who are geographically divided and yet connected by informational and communication tools. They work together to achieve the purpose of time bound projects. Obviously, there will be a selection, training, management, and assessment of the performance of members of virtual organization. So there are new challenges also to HR professionals and call for a newer understanding of different dimensions of peoples and their problems. Okay. People from USA, they are having some different problems. People from India, we are having some different problems. Okay, so when all these people are coming at one place, at one platform, and with the mean of internet, then it is a quite difficult task for a HR manager to manage all this. How to do selection, how to provide training to them, how to manage all these things, how to do performance appraisal of these employees, on what basis. So there is a big question mark in front of human resource management. Truly, virtual organizations create new problems for human resource management. A network company does not require a personal function, but its core management must be adept in managing people at a distance, some of whom may not be employees as such. They are true human resource managers. Virtual organizations creating new problems, but someone has said that if there are no challenges, there is no worth of working. So this is a true challenge which the HR manager faces for organizing, for managing the virtual organizations. The HR manager in virtual organizations have to effect transformations in skill, team working, identification, and empowerment. Look, previously we have seen in features also and in meaning also that all the people are connected with each other through internet for completing a common task. So here we can see the teamwork. Okay, if one person is completing his task, then that work is transferred to another person. Then that work is transferred to another person. Means they are interrelated also. They are connected also with each other. After completion of one person's work, second person will perform his work, or he is dependent on the first person's work. So this can be happens. Okay, there is transformations in skills also. What I am knowing, I can't say that that same knowledge will be available with the another person. What he is knowing, maybe I am unknown about it. So this can happen. Okay, and the basic part is that how to empower all these employees. And empowerment of employees, who will take the decisions. So that is also a basic question. While performing the HR activities, they need to be more strategic. The HR manager has to be more strategic in nature for managing these virtual organizations. It should be flexible also. It's obvious that it should be flexible because without flexibility, the virtual organizations cannot perform better. How you are going to control the person and tell them to start working from 9 and till 5? You are only assigning the task that after getting the task, the person is doing completing that task within that time, or you have given that within 2 days you have to complete this task and submit it to the organization. This is what the person is doing. So there has to be flexibility. Next is cost efficient. They have to look after the cost also because without proper management of the cost, no organization can run properly, smoothly. So cost efficiency is also needed. Next is customer oriented. The starting and end point of any organization is customer because you are producing something and who are going to use it? It is the end user, that is the customer. For that customer, you are producing all these things. So it should be customer oriented. Okay. So these are the HR activities for virtual organizations. So these activities we are going to see in tomorrow's lecture, okay, in tomorrow's video. So thank you for all. Whatever doubts you are having, you can write your doubts in the comment box, which is below the video. Okay, and I request you all to join the Google Classroom and to subscribe this Knowledgeism Pulse channel, which is totally dedicated to the students only, to the professionals. After completion of our this topic, I'm going to prepare some videos on how to prepare for competitive examinations. I'm going to prepare some short videos on different competitive exams like UPSC, MPSC, banking, NET, SET. All this I'm going to give you with the help of this channel. So do subscribe this channel, listen to the videos, go through the notes which have been provided to you, and be safe, stay at home. Thank you.